something in Antarctica shouldn't exist. In 1911, British geologist Thomas Griffith Taylor walked straight into the mystery, a 5-story waterfall pouring out of a glacier. Blood red. It wasn't algae, it wasn't rusted rock. It was something far stranger, trapped in darkness for possibly 5 million years. And here's the part scientists still struggle to explain. This water flows in a place where the temperature averages minus 19 degrees Celsius. Yet, it doesn't freeze. To solve the puzzle, go back 5 million years. Rising seas flooded East Antarctica, then glaciers sealed seawater beneath 400 meters of ice. As the ice thickened, pure crystals formed first, squeezing salts into the remaining liquid. This cryoconcentration created a brine 3 times saltier than seawater. So salty, it stays liquid down to minus 7 degrees Celsius. But here's the twist. That brine is still moving, slowly carving hidden channels through solid ice. When water freezes, it releases heat. That warmth melts tiny pathways through the glacier, just enough for the ancient brine to slowly push upward. No sunlight, no oxygen. A hidden reservoir still unmapped, feeding a single opening we call blood falls. If you love unraveling Earth's hidden systems, hit like. It tells the algorithm you want more. The water doesn't come out red, it comes out clear. Within seconds of touching air, it turns crimson. In 2023, Ken Livy at Johns Hopkins discovered iron-rich nanospheres in the brine. They oxidize instantly when exposed to oxygen, transforming the flow into a bright red stain as it cascades into Lake Bonny. It looks supernatural, but it's just iron oxidation. The same reaction that rusts metal, happening in one of the harshest environments on Earth. And every eruption paints the glacier like a wound that refuses to heal. If this blew your mind, hit subscribe. We chase truth, not speculation. Bloodfall's most unsettling secret isn't the color, it's the life. In 2014, a probe called Ice Mole sampled the brine directly. Inside, scientists found Marinobacter, microbes living in salt, without sunlight, without oxygen, in perpetual cold. These microbes run on a closed chemical loop, breaking sulfates for energy, producing waste that reacts with iron, restoring the sulfates, and repeating indefinitely. A self-sustaining ecosystem in total darkness. Genetic sequencing revealed antioxidant-producing genes, adaptations for survival in shifting conditions, and they may have been evolving in isolation for millions of years. If life in impossible places fascinates you, tap subscribe. We dive deeper every week. Bloodfalls doesn't flow constantly, it pulses. Pressure builds in the reservoir, then suddenly finds a weak point in the glacier. In 2017, radio echo sounding confirmed its existence. In 2025, Chris Carr of Los Alamos noted scientists still don't fully understand the trigger behind each eruption. But here's the larger implication. This frozen desert is a planetary analog. NASA studies bloodfalls as a model for how life could survive on Mars or Europa. Briny water beneath ice, chemical energy, and time. Bloodfalls isn't just a geological anomaly. It's a time capsule, leaking clues from a world sealed long before humans existed. Every drop has traveled through ancient rock, ancient ice, and ancient chemistry. It's the closest thing we have to watching Earth breathe in slow motion. Subscribe for more 5-minute dives into Earth's strangest phenomena. The next mystery is already on the way.